Hey everybody, welcome back to Lex Loves Music. I'm Lex Dal and I love music and so does my guest. My guest this week it's Calvin Cherry from Mumbumper. Oh
Hello.
me, oh my. First question, Calvin, answer honestly. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm recovering from a long weekend and trying to prepare for tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, you said tonight. This is coming out on Monday. So for 1 second, let's just pretend it's Monday. What an amazing show that you had last night at the Crucible,
Wow.
courtesy of Tim, the Soap Girls. I mean, that was a blast. That was just what, how fun was that? How fun was that?
Yeah, that was crazy. I did not expect to get naked on a Sunday night at 7 o'clock, but
I don't think anyone ever does,
you know.
So we'll start how I start every episode, kind of talking about what got you into music and into playing. I don't remember, I don't know if I said that you're the drummer of Mom Bumper, and you actually started playing drums kind of late. You were like 33?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I grew up uh I don't know why, but I really liked music. And part of it was probably my dad blasting like Van Halen and those hair rock bands. And then I remember my mom and I listening to a lot of 90s alt rock. There was a really good station around Madison. And so I just, for some reason, I really liked music. I don't know why. It's kind of a niche thing. But then in fifth grade, I started learning the violin, which I was pretty terrible at. That's another, I mean, drums and violin are probably some of the worst instruments to learn on or the other in the house. Bagpipes are probably up there too. But violin was okay. I really wanted to play guitar like Tom DeLonge in Blink 182. So yeah, when I was 12, my parents got me an electric guitar. I was never really great at it. I was probably like a decent rhythm guitarist,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
so I just led with that for all throughout middle school and high school, and then yeah, went to college, got a job, didn't really do too much music stuff, and then I always wanted to play drums. So at 33, I had some disposable income. Finally, I took drum lessons, and yeah, and
Here you are.
here I am. Yeah,
Was
and
your, did you do any bands with rhythm guitar or anything in those years, or did you
yeah,
pretty much not?
yeah, I had a couple bands. One was with we were called Dogma, which
Okay.
we looked up in a dictionary, some fun uh weird words. Apparently it's a tower where they would lay dead bodies on and the crows would
Wow.
pick at them or something. I don't remember.
Did that
But
name fit the genre? What were you guys?
I don't know. It was kind of a little bit of a proto mum bumper. I would write these
Okay.
riffs that were kind of off time and very dynamic and stuff. And then had a bassist and a drummer who would, we kind of wrote songs around my riffs usually. No vocals, and we only played one show, I think. Um, yeah. So that didn't last too long, but it was nice. It was when I was kind of creatively in control, which is cool. Then I went into another band when I was 19 or so, and these guys were like 22, so they were really old and cool. And had my first craft beer with them and stuff, but I was kind of filling in and didn't really fit in that well. Um, yeah, so not a ton. And then, you become a drummer, and if you're somewhat decent, you get asked by a lot of people to be in your band. And so,
Well,
yeah, since drumming, yeah,
out of curiosity, what was the last band that asked you to join them?
that was this Madison-based emo punk band called This Is My Tragedy.
Ooh,
Uh,
heard not
yeah,
great things about them.
yeah, they're not very good, and they're pretty much all dicks. No, just kidding. No, it's been really fun.
It's fun.
Um,
It's
yeah, I have a
it is
blast.
it is yeah, it's I mean the evolution of the band since you came in, Mike and I talk about it a lot. I mean, like you feel like the fit, you know what I mean? Like I know you're filling in, but like I get that from people that saw us, pre you and post you. It's like, oh, this like we're a unit now. You know what
Mm,
I mean? Like I think we did
good,
it.
good, good. Yeah. Um,
Um,
yeah. Officially, I guess I'm not in the band, but
you're
I've
right.
been drumming since what, the fall,
January.
January?
Our
Okay.
our first show is January. I think we started practice in November,
Okay. Yeah, that sounds
maybe,
about
maybe something
right.
like
Yeah,
that. We had what, three practices before that first show, so maybe December, something like
sure.
that. Who
You
cares?
heard 15 songs and three practices.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been really fun. Yeah, it's just, I got two kids. Mumbumper, Taylor's the singer is my wife, and so, that makes practicing tough. That makes free time tough. So that's the only reason I'm not officially
Right.
committed. But yeah, pretty
Well,
much de
what's
facto.
great about it, and going back to how you said about like, if you become a good enough drummer, everyone's just gonna ask you to join the band. What's also great about being a drummer is you usually get to host practice, are gonna be asked to host practice. And luckily we have you for that as well. We can come play in your basement. So
Yeah. Um,
um Mum Bumper is a few years old now. What is the official start date? You guys go off first show, or do you go off start and name in the band or practices, or what do you guys go off of?
that's a good question. I think our first show would be fall 2023,
Yeah.
about then or something. I should know this. Um, but yeah, I think call us about 3 years old at this point.
And what
Uh,
was what was the origin of Mum Bumper? Where was the I mean, how many bands were you in once you started drums? Like is Mumber your first drum band? I know you have that one-off band with your brothers. Does that
hmm.
predate Mum Bumper by a bit?
Yeah, well, let's do the timeline here. So
Yeah,
I was taking lessons at Madison Music Foundry, and they have this thing called Rock Workshop where
right.
you just they throw you in a band, and you have to write three songs, record them, and then play them at the High Saloon in like a semester's time or whatever.
Yeah.
So I did that twice, and that's actually where I met Jake, our
Oh,
Bumper's guitarist. I think he was taking guitar lessons, but he was on bass for this band we were in. Um, and then, yeah, after that, I was in a local, what do you call it, screamo band called Drive Like I Do. I think they're still playing.
yeah.
I see them once in a while. And let's see what else. And then there's Mum Bumper. And then, yeah, so the Tart Cherries is just a band I formed with myself, my brother, and Taylor on vocals. Nick plays guitar and sings as well. And yeah, we just do that to play the what's it called? The neighborhood festival around here in Glendale, neighborhood
Okay.
festival. So we only played twice a year officially, or once a year officially.
Right.
This
So no
time,
bass on that?
no bass.
Is the
Mm-mm.
acoustic or electric?
Electric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, or no, electric. What am I saying? Acoustic. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
You got a pickup. That's why yeah, I was confused. But yeah, acoustic guitar, singing, and
Yeah.
then drums.
Is
Um,
that is that covers? Is that originals or I mean
all
if it's just
covers.
all covers, yeah.
Yeah. So Nick and I actually played my grandma's retirement community uh, thing for Make Music Madison. I think it was last year, the year before. So yeah, him and I are used to just playing here and there, jamming
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, it's like Johnny Cash and Tom Petty and stuff, crowd
Oh,
favorites,
yeah, that's right.
especially the 50 crowd.
Yeah, so then you met Jake in the Foundry with one of the workshop bands. you obviously, I mean, you're married to Taylor. I think you've known her a bit.
Yeah.
Where did Danmark come in?
Yeah, so we have a mutual friend of Dan's now fiance Michaela. Um, they didn't get married yet. No, they did not. So Michaela knew our friend Ishara, and so um, we were talking one day. Michaela's like, "Yeah, my boyfriend wants to jam and stuff," and so we just had Dan over to jam sometime, and then asked him to join the band once we started putting it together. So
What was the
yeah.
process of really finding that sound? Because you have, I would say, one of the most unique sounds in Madison. You call it Snot Rock, and it's incredible. And like what the songs are about, even are just so silly. Like you have, anti-leaf blower songs. You have, let's see, you got the song about the sign. You have Snot Water. I mean, you guys are
Mm.
just doing it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where since we don't have to put out music in a certain cadence or anything, they just come to me or Taylor or Dan or Jake sometimes. Like the spark comes and then we roll with it. It's usually like Cook Like Nobody's Dancing is one of them about the signs. That was just me one night with an acoustic guitar. I wrote a few riffs and then just the idea of like dumb little knickknack signs. And I think I had a few of them, and then Taylor made more of them. Um, and then I brought it to Jake and Dan, and then we kind of just like honestly just throw it together pretty quickly, and it shapes up pretty well.
Yeah. So your music first, right? Then basically, or kind of
Yeah,
simultaneously, maybe with lyrics.
yeah. I mean, it used to be since it's so hard for all four of us to practice at the same time sometimes, especially with younger kids, a couple of years ago, it would be the males. So me, Dan, and Jake, we would kind of write the music, and then we'd kind of hand it off to Taylor and say, "Go nuts! Go ahead and write some music or some lyrics to it." Since then, kids are getting a little older. We can practice a little bit later. We've been able to do it more organically with the whole team. But saying that, like every song is different. One of them, Dan brought "Embrace the Storm," one of our songs. He brought that from another band he had, and then he had like I think the lyrics and the melody, and then we kind of just added our stuff to it. But yeah, that's how you get a bunch of different songs that sound different as you write
Yeah.
differently. Yeah.
And I believe is your like magnum opus fucking leaf blowers. That was like all you, I've heard, right? Like that was your big gripe.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have a neighbor 2 houses down that just all year round he's freaking leaf blowing the snow, he's leaf blowing the grass, he's leaf blowing the leaves all the time. And a lot of it came, we'd be trying to sit outside and eat dinner or something, and it's just nothing for 45 minutes straight of this leaf blower. And they're like, fucking leaf blowers. They wrote a song.
When you guys shot the fucking leaf blowers music video, that was your backyard, right?
Yep.
Did you guys have the leaf blower going just the whole time just to piss him off? Like just get a little bit of retaliation, just might as well leave it on and just throw it in the backyard, keep it on for a
Uh,
while.
that'd be nice, but that would be like throwing water to fish, That's his territory. So, I think no, so that was funny because we had to acquire two leaf blowers for that music video. One was broken. That's the one we destroyed. That was at a park by La Follette High School over there. And then we bought an electric leaf blower that we still haven't used since to blow the leaves on us all when we were filming. Yeah. But they were used, and we
Yeah.
spent I think a total of $20 on a music video, and it was all for the electric one.
Did you know right away that you guys were doing an Office Space parody for that?
I threw that out to the group, and I think they were like, "Yeah." I think there was some like, "Oh, is that too cheesy or something?" But I think in general it was
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of it, yeah, with Mumbumper is I have some weird ideas or something crazy, and then I throw it to the band, and it kind of gets a little more whittled down and polished. But
Who
yeah, that one's
who threw out the band name? And really, what is it? I mean, we've talked about it, but like, does anyone know what Mum Bumper is?
so our name for a long time, well, we were unnamed for a long time. Taylor was really pushing fart knockers.
Okay.
So we still have some files on the drive called fart knockers. And she got that name because she wanted a t-shirt that around the knockers area were just poofs, and she thought that'd be hilarious. That name got vetoed. Uh, won't say who, but it wasn't me. Uh, we could be fart knockers now, if fate had gone a different way. But we were just, for the longest time, trying to figure out a name. And then at one point, somebody said goose bumpers. And we're like, you mean like the book Goosebumps? And he's like, oh, yeah, probably not that. And I was like, what about Mum Bumper? Yeah, I would like to say like we thought of it really clever like, but it was kind of just kind of fell out there and then like, oh, that's a cool name. And then I
Yeah.
think Jake had a really hard time pronouncing it for like a month or two. He would try to tell his coworkers or family what our band name was called, and good times.
I just can't wait for the days that, we do the bit all the time on stage, but I can't wait for the day that the stars align, that you're the musical guest on SNL and Christopher Walken is hosting, and we get that glorious Mumbumpa.
Yeah, I wish I could do that impression, but and this is next one is Mumbumpa.
Mumbumpa.
That was Mumbumpa.
It's the perfect band name for him. We need to get you guys on his radar.
Yeah.
Maybe you could recreate that dance music video he did.
Oh, the Fatboy Slim one where he's
Yeah,
wears.
like
Oh
yeah, he
yeah,
flies around and stuff. You could do
yeah.
that. What song would you like Christopher Walken to do a dance to if you had a choice?
Snot water would be really funny
That was
because
kind of my pick. Yeah,
to do with flying around, but I think that'd be pretty funny.
yeah.
And
I
then
just
and he just looks at his arm and there's like some nondescript liquid on his arm.
so I won't say outside of music, but aside from playing music, you are also the host of The Cheetah on WVMO, what the first Thursday of the night, C sharp. Not Thursday of the night, that makes no sense. First Thursday of the month, correct?
Correct.
Is it
Yep.
still, we're still that? Okay. Which is,
Yeah.
I didn't even realize this is a reverse because I've been on the show two or three times. Three times, I believe, because Mike and I came on together, and
Mhm.
then we did the Halloween show, and then we did the Lex Fest. So three
Right.
times
Yeah.
already. But now I get to interview you, because you've always been the hard grilling question asker on the cheetah.
Oh yeah. Of
Yeah,
course. I do really in-depth research for my
yeah.
guests.
You're a Sean Evans. You're like you pull up Instagram posts, and I'm like I you can go back and listen. I'm like, Kelvin, no, the viewers can't see this photo, and you're like, tell them about it. And I'm like, but they can't see it. And you're just like, tell them about it. And it's really rough. But yeah,
Yeah.
first Thursday of the month, WVMO. I'm blanking on the actual like FM numbers, 97.8,
987, 98 point.
987, 97, 10 p.m. Thursday night, first Thursday of the month. Fantastic show. You do what would you call the sound? I don't know if there's an exact description. Well, I know it's all about the BPMs, but is it just kind of like a punk and then it becomes hard in that third act? You kind of get harder, heavier.
Oh yeah, I do. Um, yeah, I try to do, I try to do a little bit of a breadth, but most of the music I know is in the punk era or punk realm there. But yeah, I'll play metal when then John from the Door comes on. Um, yeah, any kind of hard rock. I really listen mostly to uh, punk and maybe folk punk in that realm. but also like LCD sound system. And Taylor's got me into some more hip hop. And I try to do a lot of I try to get as many female fronted bands on there as I can to kind of even it out. Especially with punk music, it can be kind of tough. And I really strive for a lot of local bands on there too.
Right.
Um, and but otherwise, I'll try to do vinyl when I can. Um, CDs. I'm a physical media fan. And, yeah, so yeah, it's been tough lately. That's something that I've had to go down from every week down to once a month.
Yeah.
And I think the last 3 months I've had to send in an episode.
Right.
Yeah, June was we played Pride Fest in Milwaukee with
That's
Mumbumper,
right.
so it's gone for that. Taylor's got a monthly burlesque show. It's usually at the end of the month at Crucible, but once in a while she's gone, so I can't do it that
And
night. Or she'll take
Ta
over a while too. Yeah.
Taylor is also the host every Wednesday night, 6 p.m.
Yes, six to
Is it
seven.
Boogie Down?
Boogie
Correct?
down.
Boogie
Hmm.
Down, also on WVMO. That's a dance party. It's
Hmm.
a it's so funny the contrast in your two shows.
Yeah, I mean, there's some weeks where we'll play like the same artist, if not the same song in our shows, which is
Yeah.
always fun. There's a big overlap, and I'm not stuck to a genre. She's not stuck to a genre at all.
Her
So
rule is it makes her dance, right? That's like the rule, is what she
yeah,
dances to pretty much.
we
Yeah.
can dance to almost any music.
Yeah.
Even like
Um,
ambient stuff that's got no beat to it, like you can dance to it. It's really pretty wide open, but
there's a guy that I haven't seen in a while, but at least for a time was active on TikTok, and he was proving that you could Macarena to any song. And
whoa.
it's possible. I'm telling you, play a song, just you can do the Macarena.
Huh.
It works. I don't know. I don't know if he did anything out of 4/4. That might be the key there. But I don't know if he ever tried like a 6/8 or something. But any 4/4 song might be able to. Maybe that's the rule. But yeah, you guys have also swapped shows. Or yeah, like
Mhm.
you've hosted Boogie Down, she has hosted the Cheetah. Does she stick to kind of the punker side of things on when she comes on the Cheetah, or it's just a complete swap of what you guys would play on your own show, or
Yeah, she sometimes does some fast stuff. Most of the time, she's like, I have all these songs, but they swear. And so she
that's
comes
true.
to my show so she can play whatever she wants because I always forget what it's Safe Harbor,
Yeah.
whatever. So she can play whatever she wants lyric wise. And then on her show, I can play maybe slower stuff, maybe not quite what would go well in the cheetah. Although, I'm pretty loosey goosey. If I really wanted to play a song that wasn't fast, I would do it. But
Yeah. How
you know,
much has, since you've cut down to once a month, how much is, and I mean, you can talk to how much when it was weekly too, how much work and how much time gets put into a cheetah lineup? Is it kind of, because now that you're down to a month, is it kind of like, oh, you really want to make sure you play? Because like back when it was weekly, it was probably like, oh, I can't play this song, but next week I can.
yeah, I've been, like I said, I've been sending in old
Oh,
episodes for
that's
like
true.
3 months. So
Yeah.
I haven't had too many shows. I might have done one since I went down to once a month. I just have like a big backlog of songs that I've found, vinyl I've collected or CDs. Um, Songs that I'm like really digging at that time. So it's usually more of a ephemeral thing. I used to put a ton of effort into each show, and I think that's partly what kind of burned me out. A lot of these like little 7 inches I'd get from the door, they're not on streaming, they're not well documented, so I'd have to actually play the song, like time it and added on. There's this music database called Spinitron where you have to put that in so that the artist gets paid and whatnot. and they're never on there, so I'd have to fill in all this stuff. So, and then that'd be for a 2 minute song, and then I have
Yeah.
15 to 20 more to do that night.
Right.
So that took quite a bit of effort. I've gotten down to now I'm using streaming for a lot of it. I know, like as a physical media fan, I feel kind of bad about that, but at least it's not Spotify.
Yeah.
I'm on Qobuz, Qobuz. I still don't know how to pronounce it, but they pay their and I haven't heard any ads for ice or anything bad like that. So yeah, it's these days it's a little. I'm not phoning it in, but I'm not putting in as much effort as I used to.
Yeah.
Um,
How long's the cheetah been running?
since 2022, so it'll be 4 years this July.
It's July coming up. Ooh. Big celebration bash then next month.
Yeah, except I'll be in Canada, so it'll be
Oh,
another.
you gonna send that one in? Yeah, but
Yeah,
that one you could at least maybe record that one at home, make it special. Yeah, I don't know. Are you sending in old ones or are you kind of just yeah, not
yeah.
recording them and then sending them
The thing
in?
is, pre-recorded ones take even more effort
Right.
because you have to, dump it in there. It's a lot easier to talk on the fly and just be like, oh, who cares? I mess up, if I say if I put too much time in between there. But when you're recording it and doing it on the computer, it's like, oh, well, I don't
Well,
like how I said that. I shouldn't have said that, blah, blah, blah. And then end up just chopping it up all to hell.
and that was like the last time that I came on. I mean, we were in the room you're in now where we recorded that one and had to trim
Yeah.
a lot down. Had to trim a lot down.
I know, because it's sad. It's like you talk to somebody for an hour and they're like, oh, we have to chop this down to like 15, 20 minutes of talking. Otherwise, we're not going to have any music.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
it's so that kind of stuff is kind of a lot of work. And like I said, my free time is so limited that um, you kind of gotta pick your battles and uh, put your effort where you get the most enjoyment.
Yeah. How often do they do those? I think it's just the vinyl nights where it's like you go in at like 2 a.m. for 2 hours, right? How often do those happen? Is that a couple times a year thing?
That's Vinylthon once a year. It's usually in the latter half of April, and yeah, so it's 48 hours nonstop vinyl. And yeah, I usually get the 2 to 4 a.m. shifts, Ray, just because of the nature of my music, I think. But those are actually really, I mean, besides going to bed and then having to wake up a couple hours later and then doing a radio show and then trying to fall back asleep. Uh, I get to play weird music, long music typically, and 2 hours does seem more like a good radio show. An hour does kind of go by kind of fast. Luckily, a lot of my stuff is fast, so it feels like more of a complete show. But yeah, for an hour radio show is a little bit on the low side. So yeah, Vinylthon's always super fun, and
Right.
I would forward to it despite the hours. I don't want to complain about 2 to 4 because I know you work in those hours as well.
I have a new job. I'm 8 to 5 now. Right. I'm 8 to 4:30. It was my first week this past week. So
Wow,
I'm a normal peon now. I did it.
welcome to
Yeah. It's a
the
really rough, Saturday night. This isn't rough. I actually had a blast all week, to like be on a real sleep schedule and, be awake with the rest of the world. But it's really funny after seeing Courtesy of Tim, like they open with like, this is a song about how much day jobs suck. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I just did that. Like I just got myself into that. That's fun. Um, we just got the 10-minute left marks. This is where I start to wrap stuff up, ask all my rapid fire questions. First and foremost, last week I had Jason from the Brash Menagerie on. He wants to know what your favorite donut is. If you're not a donut guy, he wants to know your favorite pastry, but I know you're a donut guy because we've had donuts together. So
So I would say right off the cuff, my favorite my favorite two to get from Greenbush. are I'll get the custard filled chocolate circle. I don't know what they're called.
Is that a Bismarck?
I don't know. It's just circular. It's the raised.
The big taller door. Yeah, I think that's a Bismarck. 'Cause
Yeah, yep.
that's my mom's. That's my mom's. That's my mom's go-to. I think it's a Bismarck. Yeah,
Yeah, that's my favorite. And then re like really close behind it, honestly, it might be more of my day to day would be their cake donut with white frosting and sprinkles. So those are my go-to.
you guys are a Green Bush family.
We're a Green Bush family, yeah,
Yeah,
of course. Um,
that's my dad's.
level
My dad's.
five, don't get me wrong, level five, amazing donuts.
I've never even
Um,
heard of Level Five. Is that in town?
yeah, they're on Atwood Avenue,
Oh,
kind of by the Barrymore. They're
okay.
where the that Nutcrack. It's just a little shop, and yeah, they basically just open up and they're like, we're selling till we're out of them, and they usually sell out pretty quickly.
That's
I
why
just
I
drove by
don't
there
know.
today, and they had a lot.
I don't know
Yeah,
anything on Atwood except for Barrymore and Monty's. So that explains why I didn't know it exists. But I'll have to ask my dad if he's had that. We'll whip over there. Can you ask a question for next week's guest?
okay. Um, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay.
Follow-up question: is a taco a sandwich?
Oh,
But
uh
if the hot dog one takes a long time, you can forget the taco one. Taco one, like more like a hard shell. Yeah, feel it
So
out.
I don't I
Both are optional.
have you met my buddy Charlie? I think you had to have at this point. He's been to like a bunch of shows. A little bit taller, bleached hair. I know he was at Lex
Sounds
Fest. Yeah, I just maybe there hasn't been a formal introduction, but he's been around at all the shows. He has this like huge sandwich chart that counts like even normal sandwiches. There are certain sandwiches he don't believe are sandwiches.
oh,
I'll
whoa.
get that from him. I'll send that your way.
Please.
Um, we're gonna do some quick rapid fire top threes. Uh, top three albums, go.
Oh no. The Pogues, If I Should Fall from Grace with God.
Are you going
If I,
3 to 1?
what's it?
Are you going 3 to 1, 1 to 3? Any order, doesn't matter.
I can't do the order thing quite yet. Let
Okay.
me just figure them
Yeah,
out.
okay.
Oh, uh, Refused, Shape of Punk to Come. Um, Boy, I know I'm gonna miss a ton of them. Um, Boy, Screaming Females, Ugly. I'm gonna put that in there too. Um, I gotta probably say Pogues, Refused, Screaming Females, but
Uh
I know I'm gonna
top
carry after that. Or, so, yeah, go ahead.
top three bands.
The I'm gonna put LCD Sound System up there because I can't stop listening to them even after years and years. Yeah, amazing albums too. I gotta put the Pogues on there because I've loved them for so long. And oh no, what did I just throw on? Um, ah, damn it. How about City of Caterpillar? Oh, I should have put that on my first one, but go ahead.
If you're good with song titles, top three songs.
Ooh, Balaclava Lover Boogie by Emil and the Sniffers. Um, I got to do Braindrops by why can't I think of them? They're an Australian band. I'll get back to that. Tropical Fuck Storm. There we go.
Okay.
And then oh, I love King Gizzard's The Dripping Tap. It's like 18 minutes.
Um, can you name this episode?
Um, Fart Knockers.
Okay. It finally made the name of something.
Taylor will be proud.
Good. Awesome. This has been great. Can you tell the people where they can find you, Mum Bumper, anything else you'd like them to know about?
Sure. Yeah, like you said, Thursday, first Thursday of the month on 98.7 WVMO, 10 p.m. I host the Cheetah. It's also, you can listen online, WVMO.fm. Um, Mumbumper dot bandcamp.com. And then is it this is my tragedy dot bandcamp dot
Yeah.
com?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mm.
And then I use Mumbumper's Instagram for my personal stuff too. So that's where I look at for memes.
The
Um,
cheetah's on Instagram though as well.
yes, that's right. The Cheetah 987 or something. I never
Yeah.
checked that. So
Yeah. All right.
um,
Well, thanks so much for coming on, Calvin. I will see you last night at 7 p.m. when you're naked on stage at the Crucible.
right on. And tomorrow at practice, hopefully. Yeah.
Yes, probably. We probably should. All right. Have a good one. I'll see you last
Thanks.
night.
Yeah, take care.